Suicide. It's a hard topic to talk about really, but I'm just going to be sharing a really quick short story on my own personal experiences with suicidal thoughts. So for those of you who don't know, this week is actually National Suicide Prevention Week, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to do this video just to talk about my own personal feelings, my own experiences, things that I've been through. I'm not an expert in this field at all, but I have been through it and I do know what it kind of feels like. So personally, mine, as many of you may know if you've been to this channel for a while, I do suffer with depression, and often that does also come with suicidal thoughts. So it's the thought of maybe one day if I could just walk along a road, I'll look at a car and I'll think, well, if I jumped in front of it, what would happen? You know, what's going to happen to everyone around me? Is anyone even going to care? Like, the world would continue going. It's just one less life. It's not a big deal. And that's the mindset that people can get into, and that's especially, like I say, what I got into. So my first experience with suicide tendencies was when I was quite young. I can't remember exactly how old I was, but I remember I was back from school, so this is like primary school age, I think. I don't know whether it was just like home ill or something like that, but I was in my sister's room and I just pulled, for some reason, I don't know why, I just pulled the covers over myself and kind of tried to choke myself, thinking that putting the covers over would stop me breathing. It sounds really stupid, but obviously in the eyes of a child it was just what happened. And I would like hold my breath for as long as I could just to stop the breathing and just hope that it would just kind of go black from there. Obviously it didn't. I've never really spoken about that story to many people, but I wanted to just kind of share that with you guys just so that you understand that it does happen to a lot of people, and not often, like, people often don't want to talk about it because it is, one, embarrassing for my case anyway, and two, it's just often you don't want to cause more pain, because the reason that you're having the thoughts is because you so often, especially in my case, you feel like you're more of a burden, so talking about it often makes you feel even more of a burden. So my next kind of run-in with suicide and stuff like that was actually when I started self-harming back in high school. It was only for a really brief period. It was just an attempt to kind of make myself feel a little bit better, but it didn't really work for me, so that's why I didn't continue it. But at the same time it did happen, and then even more recently, like, I'll be walking my dog and I'll just look at a car and I'll think, well, why can't I just jump in front of it? Why does it have to be such a bad thing if I want to? You know, I do end up talking myself out of it, but it's something that happens and people need to be aware that it's there and people need help with things like that. I've needed help, and lucky enough I've actually had people around me support me, but there are people out there that don't have the support, and they're the ones that actually get driven to that breaking point and actually do commit suicide. But yeah, so I didn't want to drone on too long about this, but I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.